If you marry him, you'll be dead within a month. The anonymous letter sat on Maya's desk, written in blood-red ink. Someone didn't want her to become Mrs. Seo Ji-hoon, and they were willing to kill to stop it. Want to know who's trying to destroy Maya and Ji-hoon's happiness? Hit that subscribe button now, and let's dive into this explosive continuation. 3 months after Ji-hoon's recovery, he asked Maya to marry him on the rooftop of the Grand Pearl Hotel, where they first met. Maya said yes, but she knew their engagement would shake Ji-hoon's world. She was right. Within days, death threats started arriving. Ji-hoon's traditional mother, who Maya had never met, sent a message refusing to attend any wedding. Several of Ji-hoon's business partners warned him that marrying an outsider, especially a Black American woman, would make him look weak in Korean society. But the worst threat came from within his own organization. Kang, who had slowly accepted Maya, pulled her aside with genuine concern. "Miss Williams, there are people in our world who will never accept this marriage. Not because of who you are, but because you represent change. And change is dangerous to those who profit from the old ways." Maya felt fear creeping up her spine, but she pushed it down. She'd faced worse and survived. "Let them come, Kang. I didn't bow down before, and I won't start now." That night, someone tried to poison Maya's food at a restaurant. Only Ji-hoon's food taster, yes, he actually had one, saved her life by testing her meal first. As the taster collapsed, Ji-hoon's face transformed into something terrifying. "Whoever did this just declared war," he said quietly. Maya grabbed his hand. "Ji-hoon, we can't respond with violence. That's the old you." Ji-hoon looked at her with tortured eyes. "The old me knew how to keep you safe. Maybe I changed too much, too fast." For the first time since accepting his proposal, Maya wondered if love would be enough to survive what was coming. Ji-hoon decided it was time for Maya to meet his mother, whether she approved or not. They drove to a massive traditional house outside Seoul, where Mrs. Seo lived. Maya wore a respectful dress and had learned basic Korean greetings, but nothing prepared her for the ice-cold reception. Mrs. Seo was a small, elegant woman in her 60s who looked at Maya like she was dirt on her expensive shoes. "So you're the American who's bewitched my son," she said in perfect English. Maya bowed respectfully. "Mrs. Seo, it's an honor to meet you. Your son is an amazing man, and I—" Mrs. Seo cut her off. "My son was an amazing man before you arrived and filled his head with weak Western ideas. Now he's closing profitable businesses, making peace with enemies, and embarrassing our family." Ji-hoon stepped forward angrily. "Mother, that's enough." But Mrs. Seo ignored him, her eyes fixed on Maya. "Do you know what it means to marry into this family? The danger, the sacrifice, the constant judgment? You'll be attacked by society, by our enemies, by people who think you're not good enough. Can you handle that, Miss Williams?" Maya met her gaze without flinching. "I've been handling it since I arrived in Korea, Mrs. Seo. I've been attacked, threatened, and disrespected. But I'm still here. I'm still standing. And I still love your son." For a brief moment, something flickered in Mrs. Seo's eyes. Maybe respect, maybe surprise. But then her face hardened again. "Love is not enough in our world. Love gets people killed." She turned to Ji-hoon. "If you marry this woman, you'll lose everything your father built." "Is she worth that?" Ji-hoon took Maya's hand firmly. "Yes, she's worth everything." As they left, Maya felt Mrs. Seo's eyes burning into her back. She'd made a powerful enemy, but she'd also proven she wouldn't be intimidated. The war for Ji-hoon's future had officially begun, and Maya was ready to fight. Maya threw herself into helping Ji-hoon transform his empire, but she quickly discovered that going legitimate was harder than anyone expected. Former allies became enemies when their illegal income dried up. Corrupt officials who'd been paid off suddenly turned hostile, and competitors sensed weakness, trying to steal Ji-hoon's legal businesses. One afternoon, a smooth American businessman named Richard Cross approached Maya at a charity event. "Miss Williams, I've heard about your influence over Mr. SEO. I have a business proposal that could help his transition go smoothly." Maya was suspicious immediately. "What kind of proposal?" Richard smiled like a shark. "I represent investors who want to partner with Mr. CEO's new legitimate ventures. We'd inject capital, provide American business connections, and help him rebuild his reputation. All we'd need is access to his financial records and business structures." Maya's instincts screamed danger. "I'll discuss it with Ji-hoon." But Richard stepped closer, his voice dropping. "Actually, I'm hoping you and I could work together privately. You're an intelligent woman stuck playing second fiddle to a criminal. I could offer you something better. A position in my company, a visa for your mother to receive better health care, and freedom from this dangerous world." Maya's blood boiled. "Are you trying to bribe me to betray Ji-hoon?" Richard shrugged casually. "I'm offering you a way out before everything collapses. Ji-hoon's empire is dying, Miss Williams. When it falls, you'll fall with it, unless you're smart enough to save yourself." Maya got right in his face. "I don't bow down, Mr. Cross. Not to threats, not to bribes, and definitely not to snakes in expensive suits. You can take your offer and leave Korea." Richard's smile vanished. "You're making a mistake. I tried to help you." That night, Maya discovered Richard Cross was working for Lee Tae-min, the rival boss from before. The business proposal was a trap to steal Ji-hoon's remaining assets. Maya had just made another dangerous enemy, but she'd protected the man she loved. The question was, how many enemies could she fight before one of them finally won? Maya's sister Jennifer arrived in Seoul without warning, claiming she wanted to see where Maya lived. But Maya knew better. Jennifer never did anything without a reason. Over dinner, Jennifer finally revealed the truth. "Maya, Mom is worried sick about you. She sees the news reports about violence in Seoul's business district. She knows you're involved with dangerous people." Maya sighed. "Mom doesn't understand. Ji-hoon is changing. He's building something better." Jennifer grabbed her hand desperately. "Maya, you've always been the strong one, the brave one. But this isn't strength. This is stubbornness. You're risking your life for a man whose world is built on violence." Before Maya could respond, gunshots rang out in the street below. Ji-hoon's bodyguards rushed them to safety as another attack unfolded. Jennifer screamed in terror while Maya, sadly used to this chaos, stayed calm. When the danger passed, Jennifer was shaking with rage. "This is what I'm talking about. You could have died. We both could have died." Maya tried to comfort her, but Jennifer pulled away. "I'm going to the American embassy tomorrow. I'm filing a report about your safety. They can help you leave this nightmare." Maya's heart sank. "Jennifer, please don't." "You don't understand the situation." Jennifer's eyes filled with tears. "I understand that my sister is going to end up dead if she stays here. I love you too much to watch that happen." That night, Ji-hoon found Maya crying on his balcony. "Your sister is right to worry," he said softly. "Maybe you should go back to America where you're safe." Maya turned to him, angry. "Are you trying to push me away?" Ji-hoon looked tortured. I'm trying to keep you alive. Everyone I love gets hurt because of me. My father, my younger brother who died in gang violence, now you. Maybe loving me is a curse. Maya grabbed his face. Listen to me, Seo Ji-hoon. I chose this life. I chose you. Stop trying to make decisions for me. But as she said the words, doubt crept in. Was she being brave or just foolish? Jennifer went to the American embassy and filed a formal complaint about Maya's safety. Within hours, an embassy official named David Chen contacted Maya. Miss Williams, we're concerned about your welfare. We'd like to offer you protection and assistance returning to the United States. Maya met with David, trying to explain that she was fine, but he showed her a thick file. We've been monitoring Seo Ji-hoon's organization for years. He's connected to money laundering, underground gambling, and multiple violent incidents. Even if he claims he's going legitimate, he has too many enemies. You're in danger every day. Maya felt her confidence shaking. Seeing everything written down in official documents made it real in a way it hadn't been before. I appreciate your concern, but I'm an adult making my own choices. David leaned forward seriously. Miss Williams, Maya, I've seen this story before. Foreign nationals who get involved with organized crime figures. It never ends well. Please, let us help you before it's too late. That conversation haunted Maya for days. Ji-hoon noticed her distance and confronted her. You're thinking about leaving. It wasn't a question. Maya couldn't lie. I'm thinking about everything, Ji-hoon. The danger, the attacks, the fact that your own mother hates me. Maybe everyone's right. Maybe this is impossible. Ji-hoon's face crumbled. If you want to leave, I won't stop you. I love you too much to trap you in this life. His words broke Maya's heart. But that night, something happened that changed everything. Jennifer was kidnapped from her hotel room. A note was left. Leave Korea within 24 hours, or your sister dies. This is your final warning. Maya's fear transformed into pure rage. Whoever took Jennifer just made the biggest mistake of their life. Because Maya Williams didn't run from fights, she finished them. Maya stormed into Ji-hoon's emergency meeting with his top people. Find my sister. Now. Ji-hoon's entire organization mobilized. Within hours, they traced the kidnapping to an abandoned factory on the outskirts of Seoul. But there was a problem. It was a trap designed to lure Ji-hoon into an ambush. Kang argued they should negotiate instead of rushing in. Ji-hoon agreed, but Maya grabbed a gun from the weapons table. Negotiate? They took my sister. I'm going to get her back. Ji-hoon blocked her path. Maya, no, you're not trained for this. Let my team handle it. Maya's eyes blazed with fury. Your team! Ji-hoon, every day I've lived in your world, I've been a target. I've been attacked, poisoned, and threatened. I'm done being protected like I'm helpless. Jennifer is my sister. I'm going. They argued for 10 minutes until finally Ji-hoon realized Maya wouldn't back down. Fine. But you follow my lead, you wear body armor, and you do exactly what I say. Maya agreed, and they assembled a team. At the factory, they found Jennifer tied to a chair, terrified, but alive. But waiting for them was Richard Cross and a dozen armed men. I warned you to take my offer, Miss Williams, Richard said smugly. Now you'll watch your sister die, and then I'll take everything from Seo Ji-hoon. Maya stepped forward fearlessly. You made one mistake, Richard. You thought I was weak because I choose peace when I can. But I'm from Chicago. I know how to fight when I have to. What happened next was chaos. Ji-hoon's team engaged Richard's men while Maya fought her way to Jennifer. She took down 2 guards herself, using skills she'd learned growing up in rough neighborhoods. When it was over, Richard was captured, Jennifer was safe, and Maya stood covered in bruises, but victorious. Ji-hoon stared at her in awe and terror. "Where did you learn to fight like that?" Maya untied her sister. "You're not the only one with secrets, Ji-hoon. I survived my world before I came to yours." After the rescue, Jennifer's entire perspective changed. She'd expected to be saved by Ji-hoon's men, but instead, her sister, her careful, cautious sister, had fought like a warrior to save her. Back at Ji-hoon's secure house, Jennifer hugged Maya tightly. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I tried to make you leave. I didn't understand who you've become." Maya held her sister. "I'm still me, Jen. I just had to become stronger to survive here." Jennifer pulled back, studying Maya's face. "No, you're not just stronger. You're complete. In Chicago, you were always searching for something. Here, even with all the danger, you seem like you found it." Over the next few days, Jennifer watched Maya work alongside Ji-hoon, transforming his empire. She saw how his people respected Maya, how even Kang asked for her opinion now. She saw Ji-hoon look at Maya like she was his entire world. On Jennifer's last night in Seoul, she pulled Maya aside. "I came here to save you, but I realize now, you don't need saving. You're exactly where you're supposed to be." Maya felt tears forming. "Do you really believe that?" Jennifer nodded. "I do. But Maya, promise me something. Promise you'll be careful. Promise you'll stay the strong woman who refuses to bow down, no matter how much pressure you're under." Maya promised. The next morning, Jennifer left for America, but not before telling Ji-hoon privately, "You hurt my sister, and I'll find a way to destroy you. But take care of her, and you'll have an ally for life." Ji-hoon bowed respectfully. "I'd expect nothing less from Maya's sister." With Jennifer gone, Maya felt lighter somehow. Her family finally understood and accepted her choice. But new challenges were already forming on the horizon, because Mrs. Seo had been watching everything, and she was planning her own move against Maya. Mrs. Seo invited Maya to lunch at an exclusive restaurant, without Ji-hoon. Maya knew it was a power play, but she went anyway. Mrs. Seo sat like a queen, surrounded by 3 other wealthy Korean women, who looked at Maya with barely concealed disdain. "These are my closest friends," Mrs. Seo announced. "I wanted them to meet the woman my son insists on marrying." For 2 hours, Maya endured subtle and not so subtle insults. They questioned her education, her family background, her ability to understand Korean culture. They asked invasive questions about whether she could give Ji-hoon proper Korean children. Through it all, Maya kept her composure, answering respectfully but firmly. Finally, Mrs. Seo dismissed her friends and faced Maya alone. "You handled that well." "Better than I expected." Maya met her eyes steadily. "Did you bring me here just to humiliate me, Mrs. Seo?" Mrs. Seo's expression didn't change. "I brought you here to test you. My son's world is brutal, but Seoul's high society is even more vicious in its own way. If you can't handle judgmental old women over lunch, how will you survive being Mrs. Seo Ji-hoon?" Maya leaned forward. "I will survive the same way I've survived everything else, by refusing to let anyone make me feel less than I am. I respect your culture, Mrs. Seo, but I won't apologize for mine. I won't apologize for loving your son, and I certainly won't apologize for existing." For the first time, Mrs. Seo smiled, a real smile. "Good. My son needs a strong woman, not a doormat. His father married me because I was from the right family, but I was weak. I bowed down when I should have stood up. I watched him build a criminal empire and said nothing. I let my younger son die because I was too afraid to fight. Her eyes filled with rare emotion. Don't make my mistakes, Maya Williams. If you're going to marry into this family, be strong enough to save it. Be strong enough to save my son from the darkness that consumed his father. Maya realized this wasn't rejection. It was a desperate plea from a mother who'd lost too much already. Ji-hoon's legitimate business empire was growing, but he needed a major deal to cement his new reputation. An opportunity came when an international hotel chain wanted to partner with him to build luxury resorts across Asia. But there was a catch. The company's CEO, Victoria Jang, would only sign if she met with both Ji-hoon and Maya. She wants to see your relationship, Ji-hoon explained. She doesn't trust men who claim to have changed. But she's impressed by the stories about you, how you've influenced my transformation. At the meeting, Victoria was a sharp, powerful woman in her 50s. She grilled them about their relationship, their plans, their values. Mr. SEO, I've built my company on ethical business practices. If I partner with you, my reputation is on the line. Convince me you're truly different from your father. Ji-hoon started to speak, but Victoria held up her hand. Actually, I want to hear from Miss Williams. You're the one everyone credits with changing him? Tell me, is it real, or is this all an act? Maya felt the weight of the moment. This deal could secure Ji-hoon's future, but she wouldn't lie. Mrs. Jang, I'd love to tell you that Ji-hoon is a completely different person now, but the truth is more complicated. He's still the same man who built a criminal empire. Strong, strategic, sometimes ruthless. What's changed is what he's fighting for. Instead of power for its own sake, he's fighting to build something that honors his father's memory without repeating his father's mistakes. Maya took a breath. Is he perfect? Number, does he still have enemies and face violence? Yes, but every single day he chooses the harder, better path. That's real change, Mrs. Jang. Not a fairy tale transformation, but a genuine daily struggle to be better. Victoria studied them both for a long moment. Then she smiled. That's the most honest answer anyone's ever given me in a business meeting. You just earned my partnership. The deal was worth $800 million and would employ thousands of people. As they celebrated that night, Ji-hoon pulled Maya close. You saved me again? Maya shook her head. No, we saved each other. That's what partners do. With Ji-hoon's empire transforming successfully, his enemies grew desperate. Lee Tae-min, who'd been quiet for months, launched a massive coordinated attack. He targeted Ji-hoon's legal businesses, his political allies, and even planted false evidence trying to frame him for crimes he didn't commit. But his most dangerous move was manipulating Mrs. SEO. Tae-min sent Mrs. SEO fabricated evidence suggesting Maya was a spy working for American law enforcement, using Ji-hoon to take down Korean organized crime from the inside. Mrs. SEO, despite her growing acceptance of Maya, couldn't ignore such serious allegations. She confronted Maya privately at the SEO family estate. Is this true? Mrs. SEO demanded, throwing photographs and documents on the table. Are you using my son? Maya's blood ran cold as she looked through the fabricated evidence. It looked convincing. Photos of her meeting with embassy official David Chen, manipulated financial records, fake communications. Mrs. SEO, this is all false. Yes, I met with the embassy official, but only because my sister made a complaint about my safety. I'm not a spy. Mrs. SEO's face was stone. How can I believe you? My son has enemies everywhere, and you arrive from nowhere, gain his trust, change his entire approach to business, and now this evidence appears. It seems too convenient. Maya felt panic rising but forced it down. Mrs. CO, use your instincts. You're a smart woman who's survived in this world for decades. Does it make sense that if I were a spy, I'd risk my life multiple times to save your son? Does it make sense that I'd bring my own sister to Korea and put her in danger? Mrs. CO hesitated, uncertainty flickering across her face. Maya pressed on. This is Lee Taemin's work. He's trying to destroy Ji-hoon by turning his family against him. Don't let him win. Don't let him use you to break your son's heart. Before Mrs. CO could respond, Ji-hoon burst into the room, having been alerted by security. When he saw the documents, his face went dark with rage. Taemin will pay for this. But Maya grabbed his arm. No, Ji-hoon. This is exactly what he wants, to make you react with violence. We fight this the smart way. Maya spent 3 days barely sleeping, working with Ji-hoon's intelligence team to trace the fabricated evidence back to its source. They discovered Lee Tae-min had hired a former intelligence operative to create the fake documents. But Maya didn't just want to prove her innocence. She wanted to end Taemin's threat permanently. She devised a risky plan. With Ji-hoon's reluctant approval, Maya reached out to Lee Taemin directly, offering to meet him alone. He thinks I'm a spy or that your family has turned against me, Maya explained. Let him think he's won. Let him get confident and sloppy. At the meeting, Taemin was smug. Miss Williams, you're even smarter than I thought. Ready to betray Ji-hoon and work with the winning side? Maya pretended to consider it. What would you offer me? Taemin laid out his plan. He wanted Maya to steal Ji-hoon's business contracts, his financial records, and most importantly, evidence of his remaining illegal operations. Do this, and I'll pay you $10 million and guarantee your safety. Maya pretended to agree, and Taemin, believing he'd won, revealed his entire operation, his corrupt police contacts, his money laundering system, his plans to take over Ji-hoon's territory. What Taemin didn't know was that Maya was wearing a wire, and everything he said was being recorded. Within hours, Ji-hoon's team delivered the recordings to honest police officials and federal investigators. Lee Taemin was arrested along with 15 of his associates and the corrupt officials protecting him. His entire empire collapsed in one night. When news broke, Mrs. SEO came to Maya's apartment. You could have run away when I doubted you. Instead, you stayed and fought. You protected my son and destroyed his greatest enemy. She bowed deeply, a gesture of profound respect. I was wrong about you, Maya Williams. You are exactly the woman my son needs. Maya helped her straighten up. I don't need you to bow to me, Mrs. SEO. I just need you to trust that I love your son with everything I have. Mrs. SEO smiled with tears in her eyes. You have more than my trust. You have my blessing. Welcome to the family, daughter. 6 months later, Maya and Ji-hoon's wedding was the event of the year in Seoul. It blended Korean and American traditions in a beautiful celebration of two cultures coming together. Maya's mother and sister flew in from Chicago, finally at peace with Maya's choices. Mrs. Seo helped Maya prepare, placing the traditional wedding crown on her head. You saved my son's life and his soul, Mrs. Seo whispered. I couldn't ask for a better daughter-in-law. The ceremony was held in the secret garden where Ji-hoon had first confessed his feelings. As Maya walked down the aisle, she saw Ji-hoon waiting for her, looking at her like she was the only person in the world. During their vows, Ji-hoon spoke first. Maya Williams, you walked into my world and refused to bow down. You challenged me, changed me, and saved me. You showed me that real strength isn't about power or fear. It's about having the courage to be better every single day. I promise to spend the rest of my life being worthy of your love. Maya's vows brought tears to everyone's eyes. Seo Ji-hoon, people told me to run from you, to fear you, to give up on you. But I saw something they didn't, a man fighting to escape his father's shadow and build something better. You taught me that love isn't about finding someone perfect. It's about finding someone worth fighting for. I promise to always stand beside you as your equal partner, to never bow down, and to keep challenging you to be the best version of yourself. As they kissed, the garden erupted in applause. Kang, now completely loyal to Maya, was crying openly. Even the hardest members of Ji-hoon's former organization looked moved. At the reception, Maya's mother pulled her aside. "Baby, I'm so proud of you. You found yourself, you found love, and you never compromised who you are. That's all any mother wants for her daughter." As the night ended, Ji-hoon and Maya stood on the balcony overlooking Seoul, the city lights twinkling below them. "Ready for our next adventure, Mrs. Seo?" Ji-hoon asked. Maya smiled, taking his hand. "I'm ready for anything, as long as we face it together."